I figured it out, though, guys. I figured it out, dog. I'm a single dad. I'm a single father. I figured it out, dog. I know. I get it, dog. What you gotta do is you gotta get yourself a stepdad for your kids, fool. My kids, they got a stepdad. Oh, they love the stepdad, fool. Oh, they expect me. They're trying to play games with me. They're like trying to fuck with me. Like they're trying to like make me like compete with this guy. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna let him win. You know what I'm saying? That's just expensive. Fuck that shit, fool. He buys them things. They expect me to get mad. I'm like, no, fool. Tell him you need pants, fool. Size 32, slim. That's that. Every Sunday, he gives them $20. Yesterday, he gave them $20 each. $20. Plus the money that I give them, they're walking around with like $22 in their pocket. They're balling, dick.
Everyone thinks that people are so different. There's all this like racism. Like, I'm sure when you go to the airport, sir, you're not getting through security. You know what I'm saying? Not seriously, because I want security to come get you right now. Like, you have like a little look to you like it's dangerous look. Is this your husband, ma'am? Yeah, he's a terrorist. So here's the thing. Is he on time to everything? Him? Everything. But I don't have problems at the airport. Like when I go to the airport, it's not the same thing. Cause I look black. So when I go, they're like, nigga, you good. Like they just let me walk through. They don't even ask questions. You know what I'm saying? My dad goes to the airport. They give him so much. He has so many problems at the airport, but he brings the problems on himself. He does it to himself because he tries to do stuff you know you're not allowed to do. My dad still tries to bring water on the plane. There's a big sign, no water. And every time they make him throw it away, he gets so mad. He brings things. He brings this like 5-ton pound of Pond's cream. I don't know, uses Pond's. Then he brings water and they make him throw it away. He gets so mad. One time we're going to the airport. I'm like, Bubba, you can't take Ob with you. You can't take water. He's like, it's okay. Takes the bag. The guy's like, sir, you can't take the water with you. He's like, I don't know. What do you mean? It's like, sir, there's bottles of water in your bag. You can't take them with you. True story. My dad's like, it's not false here. The guy takes them out. My dad had frozen the water the last night. He's like, it doesn't say no ice. It does not say no ice.
I'm half Jewish, half regular. And I'm not technically a Jew because my mom is Christian and sexually attractive. So, but my dad is so Jewish that I didn't go to Hebrew school because he didn't want to pay the dues you have to pay to belong to a temple. And all my cousins on my non-Jew side like never wanted to play with me, and I was like, you guys, I didn't choose to be Jewish, okay? I was chosen. It's not my fault. Okay, that's like, don't F with me. And it's kind of creepy, my dad's 15 years older than my mom. But to be fair, I read it in GQ that men who marry younger women tend to live longer, and I told my dad that, and he said that that's their punishment. Yeah, and then he said if he could go back in time, he wouldn't need a family, he would just need a wheelbarrow for all the money he'd still have. I'm so happy he loves us. He's 68, and I look like I'm 15, so when we're out in the Midwest, people usually think he's my grandfather, and then when we're out in LA, they think he's my boyfriend. It's super gross. And people always think I'm a teenager. I'm like, excuse me, do real teenagers have mustaches? No, they don't.
Actually, I just had some family visiting me. I had my mom and my stepdad, Steve. I like Steve. Anyone else like their stepdad? Fair enough. Okay, deafening. I think Steve, who does have a stepdad? Show of hands. Okay, what's your stepdad's name? Juan? Holy shit, that's a great name. Also, there's no stepdad whose name is longer than 2 syllables. Dude, Juan, Steve, Bill, like, anything too long, kids won't remember you. You know, you gotta keep it short. Like, there is no stepdad named William. Second that dude fucks your mom, he's Bill now. Like, that guy's Bill. He's officially Bill. I like Steve though. I see Steve more like a father than my actual dad. My real dad is just some dude I smoke weed with sometimes. You know, he's a brother. Yeah. You know how weird it is to put your own dad in the friend zone, you know? I think step-parents are too polite, you know? It's like, cut the bullshit. Like, oh, I'm not here to replace your dad. Then what the fuck are you doing here? You know, like I want a replacement, right? You got one job, you know? But my dad, real dad, got kicked out kind of early, so growing up, like, I never had, like, a guy in the house, you know, to teach me what, like, a real man is. Like, whenever I would see my dad, he would just tell me what real men don't do. You know, like, real men don't wear shorts. Okay. These are capris, so... Real men know the difference, all right? But no, so growing up, it was just my mom and my sisters. So like in a house of all women, like I was never taught like the word bitch, like referred to women. You know, I was the youngest of sisters. I was taught it referred to me, right? Little bitch was my nickname, you know? But since I was the youngest, I wanted to be like my sisters so bad, right? Like I would wear their hand-me-downs. I let my hair curl in the back. It backfired, it did. I remember one time, my mom was introducing all of us to this like elderly woman, right? And she introduces my sisters, and she gets to me, and she's like, oh, this is my youngest, Connor. And the old lady looked down and went, oh, hi there, Connie. What a beautiful name for a beautiful little girl. And my mom said nothing. She said nothing. And like, it pissed me off, you know, until I realized that old lady didn't say shit to my sisters. So I'm like the prettiest girl here right now.
It's funny, I have a son and a daughter. I told my son, don't fucking get married ever to my daughter. You lock it up, baby. And get your money, mija. I have an older daughter too. She's like 21, 22. Yeah, I know, we fuck early. Dude, she's hot. I hate that shit. I'm a dad, I want a hot daughter. I want a fucking, hello, daddy. You know what I'm saying? I want a creepy bitch. You know what I'm saying? Scare me. Daddy, well, fuck, you scared the shit out of me. I'm sorry, Dad. I lost my bell. We'll get you another bell, creepy. I gotta. My friends always ask, like, anybody have kids here, boy and girl, a boy and a girl? What would you rather have, Jen? A lesbian daughter or a gay son? Fuck no, lesbian daughter, any day of the fucking week. Hell yeah, I can still kick it with her, you know what I'm saying? Hey, bring some beer with me, huh? Watch the game with me. Be at the mall, you know what I'm saying? Be at the fucking mall checking out chicks. Man, go check it out, go get it. I don't be at the dress shop with my son. How's this look, Dad? Fuck, we'll take it. Here's the credit card, we'll be in the car. But we're Mexican, we don't say gay, we say hasn't found nobody yet. Yeah, hasn't found nobody yet. Is he gay? No, he hasn't found nobody yet. Who's that with him? Oh, he hasn't found nobody either. They're looking together. He drives a pink Sentra. He had bad credit, that's all you can get.
What are fathers in here? We got any fathers in the house? What are fathers at? Just the Mexicans and shit? All right, cool. Shit, all right. Yeah, but, you know, I got 2 teenage kids, man, started young. You know, I got an 18-year-old, just graduated high school, and I got a 16-year-old, she's a sophomore in high school. I know. Look, I'm Mexican. I was 12 when this shit went down, man. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. It wasn't my fault, it was my dad's fault, right? It was my 12th birthday. He came home drunk from the bar with a girl. So I'm like, here you go, mijo. Happy birthday. I found her at the cantina. You got 30 minutes. I already paid, bro. And I was like, what? Best birthday gift ever, but I got a baby now and shit. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, Pop? You know? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. People get weirded out by that. Like white ladies, like, oh my God, are you fucking serious and shit? Like, people get like, that was a joke, all right? I was 17 when my dad did that shit. I was 17. 17 years old, 1997. My pops was crazy, man. That's how I raised my kids, the opposite of how my dad raised me and my brother. My pops was crazy, man, for real. Like, I remember we were little kids and shit, 10 years old. Yeah, I don't know, a lot of Mexican dads do this. I don't know if any other fathers did this shit, but 10 years old, he smoked Winston's, and I'm in the fucking living room, and he's just sitting on the couch. He doesn't want to get up, so he pull out a cigarette and be like, Mijo, go to the stove and light that shit for me. And yeah, me and my brother at the stove fighting for cigarettes and shit. Like, I got this, motherfucker, I got this. By the time I give it to him, it's like this big and shit. Like, 10 years, 2 weeks later, I'm feeding for squares and shit. I'm like, I wish I had a square right now and shit. You know? For real, like, look, my father partied real hard in front of us. He did some, like, the thing was that all my friends thought he was the coolest motherfucker on the block. Because I grew up on the south side in a Mexican neighborhood, but bordered with a black neighborhood. It was like Inglewood and back of the yards, right? So I had a lot of black friends, I had a lot of Mexican friends, and they all loved my dad. Like, man, your father knows how to party, Joey, right? So we were like 13, 14, stealing his beers and shit. He'd have a big party in the yard. He'd go into the garage to smoke weed with his friends, and all my friends thought that shit was cool. They'd be like, man, your dad's the coolest dude on the block. He's in there smoking weed and shit, right? And I'm like, yeah, not like your punk ass dad, always calling the cops on us and shit and playing for me. You're lucky you got invited to the party and shit, right? But then later that night, my father would go into the bathroom with 3 of his friends, and that shit would freak us out. Because they'd be in there for like 30, 40 minutes, right? And all my friends would be like, hey man, your dad's been in the bathroom with 3 dudes, bro. What the fuck is going on, right? And I'm freaking out a little bit. I'm 12, 13. I'm like, man, I didn't know my pops was gay. What the fuck they doing in there, man? I mean, that's my pie and shit, right? And I'm tripping. I'm like, what are they doing? Sucking each other's dicks in there, man? I'm crying and shit. And then they all come out like this. I'm like, damn, they were sniffing each other's asses. Fuck. They got baby powder all over their faces, man. When I grew up, I was like, oh, that's what they were doing in the bathroom. Just a crazy dude like that, man, for real. He was crazy, man. Like, he used to buy us crazy gifts and shit. Like, you guys remember the Maxwell Street flea market, the one outside in the old Maxwell Street, by UIC, whatever? He used to take us over there and just buy us inappropriate shit. Seriously, man. 13, 14 years old, we go over there, and I'm in 7th, 8th grade or something like that, and I'm like, oh, Pops, buy me this cool little bag or something cool, or buy me this little rap tape or some shit. He's like, no, I already bought you something, mijo. Bought you a pen. What the fuck do I need a pen for, right? And he's like, it's not just a pen, it's also a knife. Take it to school and shit, show it off. Like, what the fuck? You taking knives to school? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? You guys ever remember this remember the pens where it had like a chick with a bikini and then you flip it and the liquid would rub the bikini off and shit? He bought us like, here guys, I got you guys pens for school. Like, I can't take this shit to school, Pops. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? And I remember when I got to high school, freshman year, he's like, I bought you a keychain. Mijo, it was a keychain. I don't know if you guys remember this keychain. A lot of people used to have this back in the 90s. Like, it was a brass keychain with a naked guy and a naked girl, and you go like that. And the guy would fucking go like that with his dick. You guys remember this shit? It was brass, like the guy had a big old dick, and then you go like that to the keychain, and he's like, he bought me that shit, like, here you go, mijo, I got you a keychain. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, I remember I was like in 2nd grade once, and my mom was in the hospital. She had surgery, so my father was in charge for like 2 weeks, in charge of waking us up, making our breakfast, making our lunches, and sending us to school. He fucked that all up, man, for real, I ain't gonna lie. I remember I fell asleep at 10 o'clock at night. I had to go to school today. I'm like in 2nd or 3rd grade. I remember this shit clearly though. I had to go to school, so I fell asleep. He woke me up like at midnight, like, hey, mijo, you wanna watch TV? And I'm like, fuck it, fuck school. I watch TV and shit, right? So I'm up till like 4 in the morning with him watching these old school shows like Barney Miller, fucking Fred Sanford and Son, shit like that, right? And I'm watching this and I'm starting to fall. It's 4:30, I'm falling asleep. And he'll wake me back up. Don't go to sleep, you gotta go to school in a couple hours. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? I'll make you some coffee. I'm like, I'm not supposed to be drinking coffee, man. And he pulls out a bag of Coke. No, I can't give you that, I can't give you that. For real, man, and he made my lunch too. I remember he's like, here's your lunchbox, go to school. I was like, oh, at least he made me my lunch and shit, right? Man, he fucked that up, because I got to school, right? It's lunchtime. I open up my lunchbox, take out my sandwich, my apple, and a Budweiser. He put a fucking Budweiser in my lunchbox. And I got them crazy friends, like when I pulled it out, they were like, bust it open, bro. They were taking sips in the lunchroom and shit. I get caught with it, I get suspended, I go home like, Pa, I just got suspended. You put a Budweiser in my fucking lunch. He's like, I'm sorry, mijo. I was hungover and I drank all the juices the other day, okay? I'm sorry. Your mom's in the hospital. Tell her we need Capri Suns when she gets out of here. Like, you're an asshole, Pops, for real, man. It's crazy, though, man. It's crazy having teenage kids, man. Like, these kids are nuts, man. But I'm glad, because my daughters are not, they're weird. They're little hippies and shit, you know what I mean? Like, for real, they're little hippie, little feminists and shit. Like, they fight, you know, they're Bernie Sanders supporters. They fucking hate Donald Trump and shit. I'm the only guy in the house. They hate me a lot sometimes and shit. Like, most of the time, they get mad. Like, if I accidentally leave my fucking underwear on the floor, in the bathroom floor after taking a shower, there's a protest in front of the fucking bathroom and shit. Pick up your underwear, you nasty fucking man. What the fuck? They kick your asses out the house, man. For real, but you know, smart girls, real smart and shit, you know, my youngest daughter, she's real good at math, and I used to hate trying to help her with her homework. Because I didn't really like math too much, you know, and she was real good at it. I remember when she was little, she came to me once, she's like, Papi, I gotta convert these fractions to decimals. Can you help me? And the only thing I could think of was like, shit, let me go get my scientific calculator. Because I remember I bought one of them shits, and I was like, man, I paid $200 for this thing, I only used it once? I'm like, they better bury me with this motherfucker, right? So I saved it, right? So I went to the drawer, I'm like, let me go get my scientific calculator. So I went to this little drawer where I keep all my shit from high school, and I couldn't find it, man, but I did find that little scale that I used to use when I sold weed in high school. I found that shit. And I thought about it for a second, I'm like, no, I can't do that. You know, I can't be 3.5 times 8 and shit, you know what I mean? Like, and then what if she takes it to school, like, look, I got my dad's calculator. Like, no, what the fuck is wrong with you? And this teacher's gonna take it from her, and then she's gonna notice that it's broken, and I've been shorting her $1,000 for the last 2 or 3 months. Fuck that, man. Teachers gotta smoke weed, man. It's stressed out and shit.